Excellent, good. Right, so first piece I'm going to put on is the bottom piece. I've cut it ready. And don't forget, this isn't tacky at all. It's only when you apply heat that it gets tacky. Tack. It's funny not having a tail wheel. I haven't built a model without a tail wheel for so many years. These have been tail draggers. Right, that'll hold it just while I cut it. Alright, so I've got one line cut there. I'll do the other side and then we'll come back to you in a moment. It's stuck all around the periphery, so I'm going to heat it out with the hot air dryer, then I'm going to stick it down with the, let's pump the heat up a bit as well, stick it down with the iron. So here we go. Now I'm going to stick the film down all over the bodywork. To do that, I haven't got a nice little shoe on the end of this, so I'm going to just use a bit of tissue. And that's set to, just increased it to 135. It's on 132, so let's start. This is just to remind you to stop it scratching the film. The extra heat, the idea of the extra heat is to penetrate the cloth really. To try and get the line right down the side of the fuselage, I thought I'll tape some cardboard together and then just eyeball a few lines on and see how I get on using the French curves. So just cut that off. So that's what I've decided on. So everything below that is going to be white, everything above that is going to be red. That curves around the cowl to match the top of the spinner, which is white, so it sort of flares in. So I've just transferred that line to the side of the wood in biro because I want to be able to see it through the covering to cut an accurate line. So we'll see how we get on. Oops, I hope this works. But there we go, that's looking pretty sharp, I think. So let's do the side. Okay, so you can't rush this job. You enjoy this job. It's not a job. You enjoy this part of the build. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to stick it down along that line. This is taking quite a long time, but it's not a race, and I'm enjoying it so much that I don't want it to finish too quickly. So absolutely no rush to do this job. One side down, one to go. So it's coming along. If I use the transparent on here, do this with one hand. Dear, oh dear, come on, come on. Well, you get the idea. If I use that on there, not only will you'll see the open structure, which is brilliant, but I'll also be able to see an accurate cut line, and then maybe put a red bead down the join. So, and I happen to have this, I've got enough to do it just. This is just coincidentally exact shape that I need for this side. I'll put a join here, so I think I'm going to use this. I think it's going to look amazing being able to see through. It also means the scallops can be seen a little nicer, which I know David liked on the comments, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to tighten it out just yet because I don't want it to deform the central spine. So until I've got the other side on, I can do it together. Then that'll have to wait. But look at that. Actually went on all right. Quite pleased. And I'll put sort of a 1/8 inch red trim line all down there. And I've just glued up some quadrant to go in here, shape it up before it gets too late to do it. So that will all stretch out beautiful, so we can see the open structure, which is something I hadn't planned on when I started. So really thrilled with that, guys, really thrilled. It was like a double light bulb moment. So I wasn't sure how I was going to cut that, so not only did I sort that out, but and I've got to trim that. I've got enough blue, just enough blue to do it, so bonus. I'll trim this and get the other side done, then I'll come back to you. Exciting, isn't it? Oh, I'm going to drop you. Look out. Okay, I had an idea as well, chaps. I'm not going to trim this to the line yet. I'm going to put the white on and then trim through both at the same time. Hey, look at that, guys. Look at that. Hey. This bit's going to be glued, so I'm going to try and keep that area clear. It gives me plenty of balsa wood to glue the balsa wood to. Tight fit, guys, but probably get that just pulls off like that. Not too bad. Happy with that. Could cut that down if I wanted, but it's a nice easy way of doing it. Here we go. Not a bad evening's work. Looking quite smart. I'm going to attempt to cover this with film. Not looking forward to it because, as you can see, it's got loads of curves. Basically, top half's red, bottom half's white. So I'm going to start with the red bit first and see how I get on. Wish me luck. You can see when it's stuck down because it picks up the slight grain in the wood underneath. Okay, it's coming on. Let's do this side and I'll come back to you when it's done. What do you think to that then, guys? What I'm doing, I'm just putting it on with a bit of spray of water just to position things, and I'm told that it helps to get the air bubbles out, especially if you leave it overnight. But not sure about that. So I'm just cutting the bits out. So I've got a red bit under the tail plane, you can't see that here. Right then guys, this just about wraps up the fuselage construction. I've just been doing all the little finicky bits. Everything's in, connected up, tail end, and filming's done. It's not as good as it looks on camera really, it's as good as I can get it. All I've got to do is there is one little job still to do actually, and that is connect up the, glue in the cockpit instruments. Quite pleased with that idea, to build that as a single unit. Just glue that on there and that's that done. So there we are. Thanks for looking in and watching the build series so far. Next up is the wing and bending the undercarriage and covering it, of course. Hit the like button and I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.